How did this event with Donald Trump Jr. go, given his father's performance there on Saturday night?
Eamon, there was a few hairnets involved. We're here over at Sarah's Candies, where Don Jr. is sitting down with Rick Saccone. We are one day out at this point, and these two have been here for about the last hour here walking around. This is a company that employs about 400 people here. We are in Canonsburg. This is one of several cities around the PA-18 area in which there's thousands of residents here. And for Don Jr., this is their first of two events. We haven't had the chance to ask them any questions yet. Of course, over the criticism of Rick Saccone's candidacy, there's been national Republicans that have called him out, Eamon, calling it a weak campaign and a weak candidate. Obviously, Donald Trump was here on Saturday night, though, and there was the reports that he himself was not fond of Rick Saccone. But Don Jr. is sitting here at the moment. Connor Lamb, on the other hand, our understanding, is out canvassing today. Going to order. How is?
Good job. The ice cream is phenomenal, but you are live streaming it so well. But I don't think you described the ice cream.
And what do you think about Rick Saccone?
He's doing a great job, and I think, listen, he's going to support the things that my father's doing. You got a real conservative who's going to fight for America and help us push through this agenda. When I hear about what's going on in this, 400 employees, they added 80 new since tax reform. 80 new full-time employees. That's 20% in a few months. That's what we need. We don't need people who are pretending to be conservative that will then go follow the Manchins and the testers and vote with Nancy Pelosi and vote with Chuck Schumer like you see. All-time low tax reform at the State of the Union. Everyone claps. He looks over at Schumer. Oh, we got to sit down. We can't applaud what's good for America. I want someone in that office who's going to actually fight for America and do that, and that's what we have right here. So I'm excited about it.
Are some of the criticisms from national Republicans about Mr. Saccone's candidacy fair?
You know, I don't think they are. I think the media is doing whatever they can to, bolster up that because, God knows if it's going to make it difficult for Trump, the media is going to be all over it. We've gotten used to that, and it's okay.
Last question for you, sir. Have you been interviewed by Mr. Mueller?
I've not.
Mr. Saccone, a poll that just came out from Monmouth shows that you're down by 6 points. Does that trouble you?
I haven't seen that poll, and I don't believe I won't put much credence in it. You guys have been up and down with poll numbers. I don't follow that, and I know I'm a walking poll. My wife and I meet thousands of people every day. I won my first House race in a 76% Democrat district where they said it couldn't be done. My wife and I started that with $1,500 that we saved up to win. And we won that race, and we've won 4 others since then. We're out meeting people every day, and everywhere I get, it's 100 to 1 for Rick Saccone. So I'm ready. I'm ready for tomorrow. We'll just see. You save your polls till tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
I think the biggest thing, honestly, is all the Trump supporters that see what he's doing and are happy. Right now, they're happy. They're watching. They're winning. They got to stay in the game. They got to stay motivated because the other side, all they have is hate. That's all they got. Okay, they're the party of dependence. They need you to be dependent on them. They need big government. They need all of these things. Our guys just can't take winning for granted. They have to get out there. They have to continue this fight. Now, for the rest of 18, in 20, and in 8 years, we can make a big difference. They just can't be lazy. They got to get out and vote. They get out and vote, we win easily.
We were talking to some coal miners who were saying to us yesterday, these were Democrats that voted for your father, for Mr. Trump, and they said that a lot of the promises have been kept. When it comes to coal miners specifically, it has not been kept. They aren't seeing coal jobs coming back yet. They said that you're also a right-to-work candidate. To those individuals, what do you say?
You must be talking to somebody on the left that's not a coal miner. I talk to coal miners every day. I had a coal miner rally down in Greene County just the other day. Those coal miners were with me. Our mines are coming back. Jobs are coming back. The Bailey mine that I was at production is way up. So I don't know where you're getting that. I don't know what your stories are. I haven't talked to those people, but I talked to hundreds and hundreds of coal miners, and they're all enthused about what's going on, and they're seeing the jobs coming back. They're seeing increases in their pay. And that's the forecast I have for coal.
Mr. Trump, ahead of that Trump Tower meeting, were you aware that the Russians had information in those emails?
I was not, but it doesn't. That's not what we're here talking about. We're here talking about jobs for Americans, and that's what we're fighing for.
Mr. Trump, you put a lot on the line, and your father has as well. He seems cognizant of that. Are you worried about the trends in these last couple of
I'm not. Again, I think it's just our guys got to remember that this can all go away. All the victories, all the common sense. All the things that have been finally infused back into government, that can all go away very quickly if we just sit on our laurels and sit on our victories and don't get out there and do it again. If they get out and do it again, we're going to win. We're going to keep these things going, and we can do it for 8 years. We just need their help, and we need their support.
Mr. Saccone, can I ask you, what is your message to the coal miners that did appear at the Lamb rally yesterday?
I didn't see those coal miners, but the coal miners in general, I've always been a defender of the coal industry. The people that the that the other side puts in office has tried to kill the coal industry. And many of the union leadership in the United Mine Workers endorsed Obama, who tried to kill the coal industry, endorsed Hillary Clinton, who tried to kill the coal industry. Ricksicone's been fighting in the state for the coal industry for a long time. I'll continue to fight for it in Washington, D.C.
By the way, it's not just coal. I mean, I can say this because I lived in Pennsylvania from the age of about 12, 13 years old, all the way through college. In Pottstown, Pennsylvania for 5 years, in Philadelphia for another 4 years, college and high school. And I saw that. Pottstown was the home of Firestone. I mean, huge company. And guess what? When I was there, decimated, gone, shipped abroad. I've been sick of watching other people in foreign lands living our American dream because we're shipping them our jobs. I've seen it. I've lived in Pennsylvania for, let's call it 25% of my actual life. And it's been decimated by a lot of these policies. Those policies are gone. We're doing things that make sense for American workers for the first time in a long time. This shouldn't be rocket science. This shouldn't be something new that we're just now figuring out. And yet, it is. And so it's exciting to see that. It's exciting to see that change. And I'm excited to have someone in there actually helping fight with my father for these things against some of these obstructionists on the other side.
Mr. Trump, should Stormy Daniels be able to speak, sir? Mr. Trump, should Stormy Daniels be able to speak?
Thanks, guys. That's not what we're talking about.
Can I ask about the GOP? What do you think that the GOP is away from
Guys, back it up now.
I think it's ridiculous.
Hey,
Talk about
so you have a wide-ranging impromptu press conference that kind of took place there. You had Donald Trump Jr. With the Republican candidate for the 18th District of Pennsylvania at a candy store, I believe, where they commented about the ice cream, but took some questions from reporters there traveling.